Morning, afternoon, or evening. This is Mateo360, and today we're starting a new LP. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. I'm playing this mostly because I grew up with a Genesis and never really got to play it, and also the series is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. So let's go ahead and get started. The story that it doesn't really give you is City Birding, Rita Evil, go fight! Yeah, not much of a story there. But then again, this is Power Rangers. What story? This game, you can select from any of the 5 original Rangers: Jason, Kimberly, Zack, Billy, or Trini. Now, they all pretty much fight the same. They have slightly different combos, and when they're morphed, their weapons are different. But pretty much, they'll all do the same. I'm going to start with Billy, just because I'm a tech geek. Now, the Unmorph Rangers all have a jump and an attack. That's about it. They don't gain anything else till they morph. Because of the way you always run up, you're going to probably be throwing a lot. Now, these putties, they're different ones. These gray ones go down in 1 hit. This purple one takes 8 hits to go down. It's good for showing off combos. Like how I like Billy's ends with the E-Honda punch there at the end. The brown putties are really only used if they show up in a special way, like the ones that are wearing trench coats. I don't know, something about multicolored putties just kind of throws me off. I just prefer if they were all gray. Sometimes those purple putties will go down before you pull off your full combo, which isn't exactly a bad thing. Most of the time, though, you'll be faced with the gray ones, which will go down in 1 hit. The knives that all the putties wield are kind of annoying, because they give them a longer reach, which means if you're to the point where you can't hit them, they'll most likely be able to hit you. Our first boss, Ivan Bones. When they introduce the monster, that's when you morph. And you also get a refill on your health when you do. When each ranger morphs, they gain access to their weapon when they attack. These green putties just have a jumping attack, that's the only real difference. As I said, brown putties show up differently. See, those knives are really annoying. Basically, the second half of the area is normally the same as the first. Maybe a few added enemies like those bomb droppers and the green putties. And you don't get increased damage when you morph, it's about the same. In there is a bomb pickup, but since we already have a bomb, it doesn't really matter. And that was stupid, jumping right into the knife. Another thing I like about this game is you can pick up the benches and throw them at the putties. After having to play through Dino Thunder where it berated me for stepping on a card, that's kinda nice. It's very easy to combo putties if you throw them the right direction. Especially if it's a multi-hit putty into a 1-hit putty. This truck in the background, it can actually be blown up if you hit it enough times. I'm not going to bother because that's kind of a waste of time. Health pickup. If your health is actually full, your health bar will start actually changing colors and give you more hits, just because the health bar can't get any longer. If you do it right, you can actually roll the barrels into the putties. Unfortunately, I didn't do it right. New putties. These dark green ones are exactly like the light green ones, except they have more hits. That's pretty much it. They really don't get too creative with the putties until later levels. Here's Ivan Bones again. He has 3 stages. This first one, yes, our bomb. Every ranger's bomb attack shows the dino in the background, and it's just basically raining damage. Anyway, back to Ivan. He has 2 attacks, an upward swipe and a stab. He mostly uses the stab, though. And he jumps around a lot, which makes him really hard to hit. Come on, stay still. After you do enough damage, he'll fall apart and go into his somewhat second form, which is him without his arms and cape. In that form, he'll just jump into the air and shoot a fireball at you. That's pretty much all he can do. Do enough damage to this form, assuming he doesn't keep jumping up and hitting you with fireballs. He'll fall apart again and turn into a head. This is the hardest form to hit just because of his incredibly small hitbox, and most of the time he'll spend it hovering above the top screen. And all he does is still shoot fireballs. But luckily he goes down in this form in about 3 hits, if you can actually hit the incredibly small hitbox. That the level is done. Join me next time where we continue to fight putties and go through Angel Grove.